because Bill Gates cares so much about you. His dad, the former head of Planned Parenthood, known eugenicist. Aren't we lucky that, according to the Times of London, they have secret eugenics meetings discussing world government? Aren't we lucky to have them, Paul?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, they only care about helping people's health in the third world. That's why they're trying to kill them. Those two ideas don't connect, really, do they? So I'm waiting for an explanation on that. But yeah, now, you know, statin drugs in junk food they're talking about. They're talking about putting statin drugs in the water supply. So it's about mass medication without consent. That's what fluoride is. That's what these vaccines are that they're talking about putting in our, you know, scrumptious GM potatoes. So now, because people are refusing to take it in more and more numbers, they're just going to do it without consent by putting it in our food and water.
No, it's just like drones. It's just like being tracked by the cell phones. It's just like the news going, yeah, all school children will wear RFID tags embedded in their clothes, and it's meant to track. 10, 11 years ago, I'd tell folks it was meant to track everybody because I had the Pentagon's own declassified documents and get laughed at. Now it's out in the open, and we've got a fluoride head population here in Europe and the United States who loves it. They love being poisoned. They love death. And so, you know, I guess these parents just enjoy it, Paul.
But there's a good percentage that are waking up to it and resisting it, which is why they're trying to take over the internet, which segues into the other article that I wrote today about this, quote, independent think tank. If you look into it, really, it's a PR firm for the government called Demos. And they put out a report saying that the government needs to infiltrate conspiracy websites because they need to restore trust in the government. Now, you know, why do people distrust the government? Because they've been caught habitually lying about everything under the sun.
And that's
decades.
the same thing Cass Sunstein talks about. And we've got the infiltration of the churches, the corporations with InfraGard, the top secret USA spies, your own private spy groups. And now we should trust them infiltrating us, Paul, because that's not creepy to have a government infiltrating.
No, it's not illegal at all. I mean, COINTELPRO, that was perfectly above board, wasn't it? But this was put out by Demos, which was founded by Marxists in 1993. It originated out of a Marxist media publication. Some of these individuals then went on to become part of Tony Blair's government in 1997. And now the new Conservative British Prime Minister David Cameron is meeting with Demos, running projects with Demos, these admitted Marxists, who are now saying that the government needs to infiltrate conspiracy websites like ours to, you know, restore trust in the government. Now, to restore trust in the government, how about having the government tell us the truth once in a while?
Now, let's notice you're flip-flopped in England with the exact same system. You had the, quote, liberal Gordon Brown after 14 years of Blair and then Brown. So you were given the Bilderberg Group, fake conservative, who accelerates carbon taxes, pre-crime cameras, CPS grabbing your children, cameras going in homes of people that have had newborn children, worse than 1984. He's hooked in with Common Purpose, all these globalist organizations. So he's the right-wing savior from the liberal tyranny. Now we have Obama, the left-wing savior from the right-wing tyranny. And now we're going to get our right-wing savior right about the time you get your next left-wing savior. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, that's the trick they tried to pull. The problem with it is that Cameron didn't even get, you know, a majority vote, which is why they had to have this stupid Punch and Judy show with Clegg and this coalition government. But yeah, Cameron's meeting with Demos just as Blair did before him. And the woman who sits on the advisory board of Demos is also the executive director of Common Purpose, the group you just mentioned, which, as Brian Gerrish has exposed at cpexposed.com, is this insidious network of individuals who have penetrated the British government to advance Britain towards this new world order. And these are the people saying that we need to, quote, modify our notion of freedom because freedom is misused and abused by terrorists.
Yeah, and that's the key to all they do. They always say, we're going to redefine society, and we do the defining. And so you being injected with something that brain damages you, we call that a cognitive enhancer. Mercury, brain damaging, is what we want. That's an enhancement. See, it's all lawyer speak. And they're just assaulting us. They're a pack of criminals using flim-flam on us. And separately, we've got Kurt Nemo's article here. Justice Department, Obama's Justice Department, puts out master patriot hit list, not just saying that you're an extremist if you like Ron Paul and the Second Amendment, but you're a criminal terrorist, Paul. Now, see, they're the terrorists, clearly. People coming in and saying our freedom and our liberty is terrorism. They're the terrorists, Paul.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is precisely what this UK report says. It says that people who put out conspiracy theories, that is, any viewpoint that disagrees with this lying government, is not only an extremist, but also a recruiter and an enabler of terrorists. So now if you disagree with the government who carried out 7/7 and say that, you know, show all this evidence that they were involved, then that makes you the terrorist.
Well done. Stay with us.
You worry, but only because you're paying attention. What's happening in the Gulf of Mexico illustrates an audacity toward nature. A similar audacity called GMO, or genetically modified organisms, means that the quality of commercially grown food may be compromised with our health in the balance. Now that summer's here, what better time to learn about the bounty that nature provides in wild edible food? Let author Linda Runyon show you the best-kept secret in plain sight, that food is everywhere you look. This summer, for the cost of a good meal or two out, you can literally starvation-proof yourself and your loved ones against any future craziness, and put up tons of free food, too. Whatever experiment is being run on us, you can rest assured that Linda's 50 or so staple foods aren't involved. Our foods are their enemy. So go to ofthefield.com or call toll-free 1-888-51-EAT-FREE and take that first step. Make your oasis of food security and nutrition now. That's OFTHEFIELD.com or call 1-888-513-2837. Start now and make 2010 your year of independence.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
No one likes foreclosure. You won't say, think, or even consider foreclosure with ZeroDebtGuarantee.com. Why? Because ZeroDebtGuarantee.com guarantees to stop your foreclosure for at least 2 years with no payments, no bankruptcy, and no negotiating. Thinking loan modification? That still keeps you in default. Zero Debt in 90 days is the only proven system that keeps you in your house for as long as you want to stay, while making it possible to even get clear title to your house. No, we are not investors, bankers, attorneys, or real estate agents. We are a group of people just like you that are sick and tired of the housing crash, and we've helped thousands avoid foreclosure since 1993. Please visit our website today, ZeroDebtGuarantee.com, or call to see how we can help save you tens of thousands of dollars and save your home. Call 800-477-9256, 800-477-9256. That's 800-477-9256, or visit ZeroDebtGuarantee.com. Guaranteed to stop foreclosure.
I'm going to be back tomorrow more focused. This has been an informative broadcast. I'm just so enraged and sick of how absurdist all of this corruption has gotten that I'm just having trouble dealing with it. I mean, I'm having a lot of trouble dealing with it. And I think about the fact that Bayer Pharmaceutical, one example, knew for more than a decade they were shipping out factor VIII blood clotting product that they knew would give every person that took it hepatitis and HIV. And it came out in court that they knew it and that it wasn't just about profit. It was, hey, let's get rid of hemophiliacs. These people are beyond just greedy. They like evil. And if you take any vaccine this government sells you, if you take any vaccine these companies put out, if you're eating melamine, if you're drinking out of bisphenol A containers, just stop. Stop the madness, folks. Look, the good news is, like Watson said, people are waking up. But it's just so brazen, they're back again with their flu shots this year. Watson, in closing, you've got this article dealing with it, vaccine deaths and injuries skyrocket as cover-up implodes. The search term today is vaccine deaths. I commend everybody for continuing to do this. It's really reaching a lot of new people. Go to the article at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Email it to everyone you know. And tell them this is the history of what's happened. A global revolt against deadly vaccine spreads as cases of debilitating illness, soft kill side effects, and even instant deaths becomes widespread. And they're going to try to pull out all the stops to suppress us and to intimidate us and to have dirty tricks to stop us because they've gone so far in their crimes that if we start standing up to them, they know they're going to prison. Watson, in closing, amazing article that you also put together. Give folks the title of the article about the how the government's saying, here it is, government think tank calls for infiltrating conspiracy websites. And this isn't from prisonplanet.com or Infowars.com, though you wrote a more detailed article. This is the London Independent. I mean, they're out in the open, posing as us, trying to get us to infight, trying to make us look stupid, and doing so many other dirty tricks, Paul.
Yeah, and it's because we're winning. I mean, look at the climate change argument. You've got all these alarmists now admitting, you know, we've lost. Cap and trade's dead. They're still trying to implement it on the local level. But there's a great article we posted today about the Chicago Climate Exchange, which is completely collapsing, and Gore and Marie Strong and all of them are having to abandon it. So we won on the climate change issue, and we can also defeat this vaccine cover-up, which we are doing, you know, as the polls show. The majority of Americans now share the same concerns.
Yeah, I'm going to show people, I'm going to show them a document cam shot of this. Here it is, the great collapse of the Chicago Climate Exchange. That's something we've got to continue to fight. And then this, all over the country, children are being made to wear RFID tags in government clothes, government uniforms at public schools, and they're making them all enroll in junior ROTC in kindergarten. I mean, Watson, you cannot make this stuff up.
Well, yeah, and it's all to, you know, train children from a very young age that they're part of a prison system, that they're subjects of Big Brother. And that's why we need to strip that out of the schools immediately. It's nothing to do with, you know, they soft pedal it as not a big problem, but it's training children to be slaves of the system.
Absolutely. Paul Joseph Watson's been our guest. Keep up the great work over at prisonplanet.com, Watson. I'm going to call you after the show in a moment. Coming up, I get into Glen, Beck, and a lot more. Tomorrow I'll be back with more calls and a bunch of the news I didn't get to. I'm going to be quite frank with you. I'm just completely shaken up by all this. This is even more real than I thought it was. We're completely in trouble.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal-Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800